a tremendous honor to meet you. While you were talking, I was just thinking, like, how hard must it be? How hard is it to cover a team that's struggling? Like the Pistons have been struggling for these last few years, but Kool-Aid, our man Kool-Aid, and yourself have just been powering through it and just continuing to provide that coverage. That's something I'm proud to work with this guy for that reason. How hard is that?
It's hard because you as a writer, you want to write about wins, that this team won. You can only write so many times. It's like Groundhog Day. They lost. They lost again. They lost by 20. They lost, but it was really close. And so you can only flavor that so many ways. It's like you're having chicken for dinner. Well, let's find a different way to cook the chicken, and we'll put some barbecue sauce on it today. But it's still chicken at the end of the day. But that's the tough part about a season like this is that, and I said this when people talked about they wanted a rebuild during the Andre Drummond and Reggie Jackson years. Do you understand what a rebuild means? It doesn't always work. And it means a lot of losses. People say, well, I'm good with not going 41-41 and just squeezing into the playoffs as the 8th seed. But you know what you have in those seasons? 41 wins, but you don't have 17 and 65. And that's the difference. That's the hard part. As a writer, I'm jumping on a plane to go to Minneapolis to watch them lose to come back home. Or I'm going to Cleveland, I'm driving to Cleveland to watch them lose, and then I'm coming back. Or you go on they're starting a 5-game road trip out west. How many of those games do you expect them to win? Maybe one. It's almost like I want to see a win somewhere on this road trip. But who are you beating? The Kings? The Lakers? The Clippers? Phoenix? Where's this win coming from? So that's the hard part, is that mentally you have to clock out as a beat writer and say it doesn't matter. The wins and losses don't matter. It is just telling the story. So you're not emotionally invested, but from a creative standpoint, you want to write, what does a winning story look like? When is this team going to win, so that I can stop asking the same questions over and over and over? How did you process the loss? How bad are the turnovers? It gets very repetitive, and that's hard on the writer and on the players and the coaching staff.